Episode 290. Elmore is getting antsy, waiting for news about Baelsar's wall to come her way. She's ready to spring into action at any moment, as soon as she gets the call. But while she's waiting, she's still patrolling around the realms of Eorzea, making sure there's no trouble on the home front. Unfortunately, it seems like everything is quiet now that she's done with the Warring Triad and the raids and all the miscellaneous dungeons and everything. So she's come back to Ishgard just to patrol these streets. I think she could use a little bit of comedy to lighten her up. Now it's probably not the time for it after Papalymo's death and everything. Or maybe now is the perfect time for some comedy. Who knows? Well, I'll be Komoi Moriko in the flesh. A pleasure to see you again. Wait. Is this what they call serendipity? It is, isn't it? That settles it. You've got to help me find the inspector. Kor, I was hoping you would silently agree. Yeah, that's what we did. That's what that gesture means. That's silent agreement. So I've been trying to calculate the trajectory the inspector took when he was catapulted into the sky again. I've triple-checked my figures and concluded he must have landed somewhere here, in Ishgard. Unfortunately, the investigation hasn't been proceeding as smoothly as I'd hoped. But now that you're here, we're sure to make some progress. Come, let's speak with the merchants and see if anyone hasn't had dealings with the gentlemanly Highlander. The gentlemanly Highlander, you say? My apologies, but I cannot say I've had dealings with the man you describe. We're sticking with this outfit, I think, maybe for the long run. It was meant to just be a Halloween costume, but I guess without the hair dyed, it just kind of looks like a mostly normal costume, and it's probably good for the machinist. We can stick with the machinist for this quest, since we're not going to do any actual fighting, not really. And plus the warden outfit is maybe a little bit fitting with some of the stuff that we get into, kind of. Good day to you, madam. Oh, are you looking for someone? The gentlemanly Highlander? I know not this man of whom you speak, but mayhap Mistress Elise does. She is well acquainted with rather a lot of merchants and noblemen. Nanashu, what are you finding? Sir, I say sir. You must be checking your ledgers to see if he was a customer. That's very kind of you, sir. I don't think she's making headway. I've sold my fair share of goods to Highlander adventurers, but I'd not describe such clients as particularly gentlemanly, I'm afraid. As ever, a warm welcome to you, miss. How may I be of service? Gentlemanly Highlander. A gentlemanly Highlander, you say? Now that I think of it, I have heard tell of a foreigner who may be the man of whom you speak. Begging your pardons, miss, but did you say you know Inspector Hildibrand? An acquaintance of yours, I presume. I do not know his name, only that he is here by invitation of Lord Edmont. Really, the Count, de Fortemps, invited Hildibrand, I'm sure. Or so it is rumored. Surely as a ward of House Fortemps, it would be a trifling matter to go and ask after him at the manor. Kor, I knew it was serendipity, to Fortemps Manor. It really is serendipity. We can't get her dialogue about this particular quest, since she has this one side quest in front of her. Oh well. I was considering putting on the old Hildibrand ensemble. This whole thing, and I guess we can still do it. Minus the eye patch, of course. But I feel like this blue outfit, considering what we get into a little bit later and the whole warden aspect, it might be more fitting. Plus Hildibrand's already wearing this, basically. We just kind of match him a little bit too much. Unless everyone was wearing this, like Nashu was wearing it and Hildibrand was wearing it. I don't know. Maybe we could slot it in somewhere, but I think for now this is probably an appropriate costume. Costume or glamour or whatever. Well met, Mistress Moiko. Do you require assistance? Gentleman the Highlander. Aye, it is as you say. At this time, Lord Edmond is entertaining a foreign guest. Huzzah! We found the inspector. If I'm not mistaken, their meeting should be ending shortly. If you like, you may retire to the gazebo and wait for our guest to depart. A gazebo? Aren't those dangerous? Then again, you seem a responsible sort. Not like to let a wild gazebo run amok. Very well. We humbly accept your offer. I think she thinks Gabu, or something. Gazelle? I don't know. And if it wakes up, I'll have you there to protect me. We'll protect you from the gazebo, don't worry. It's a floating gazebo. With what powerful magics did they tame this dread fiend? I'm not sure what she sees that we don't see, but okay. Let's wait. Stand vigil over the gazebo. Without any raids or dungeons or Warren tried to take care of, I guess we'll protect Nashu from the gazebo. That must be Inspector Hildibrand. I cannot well imagine how arduous your journey must have been. Truth be told, I found the brisk Corton air to be rather invigorating. It stimulates body and mind both, a welcome benefit when one must discuss matters of commerce. I dare say, you would not have accomplished so much otherwise. There you are, Inspector. I've been looking all over for you. Oh wait, right. Now I remember. I forgot which voice I should give this character. I say, who do I see before me? Not one, but two of my beloved son's faithful companions. Lord Godbert, but I thought... I mean, we were close, somehow. Somehow through serendipity we were close. Gentleman the Highlander. Hildy, Inishcard. This is the first I've heard of it. Aha, I found you at last, heretic. And there's a reason why dressing in blue will maybe make sense. Yes, you, the hulking brute with a mad gleam in his eye. Your brazen heresy is plain for all to see. Surrender yourself to the Inquisition at once. I beg your pardon, this man is an Oldon merchant, here at the behest of House Fortomps. Such baseless accusations will not be tolerated. A guest of House Fortomps? Then he couldn't possibly. Though there were those two wards but they were acquitted of all charges in trial by combat. And if he demands the right to, then I would personally have to. Oh dear. Yeah, trial by combat, this twink. Get him, Godbert. 1,000 apologies, good sir. I spoke out of turn. I am Seer, and, as you may have guessed, I am an Inquisitor who has been charged with investigating reports of a rather suspicious, possibly heretical individual. Ho ho ho, a heretic, you say? One who bears a passing resemblance to me. I, a man rather muscular, wearing dark garments and acquitting himself in a somewhat gentlemanly fashion, as some might say. This heretic sounds like the spitting image of Inspector Hildibrand. Could he be a fan? Say again, you are acquainted with such a man? Gentleman the Highlander. I see. And the man you are looking for is Lord Godbert's son. It would seem that our investigations may be connected. So I put to you a proposal. The first reported sightings of the heretic I am tracking came from Falcon's Nest. Mayhap we should journey there together. It is, after all, possible that we are seeking the selfsame individual. If so, and if he is innocent, it would be for the best if you were present when I apprehend him, that we might resolve this matter without incident. I say we go with him, Comoy. This looks to be our best lead yet. Then I shall accompany you all. It has been far too long since I laid eyes on my beloved son, and if there is a chance we might be reunited, I should be glad to seize it. Then it is settled. We shall leave for Falcon's Nest at once. We never really see the Inquisition during any parts of the main story or anything like that. I think Seer's like the only, or at least one of the only characters that we meet in Ishgard that's of that affiliation, even though you kind of hear about them to other places, I guess. So with us wearing this warden outfit, it's sort of like a, I don't know, like a good cop, bad cop situation. Like a bad Inquisition, good warden, something or other, I don't know. It works, I think. We're here to scrutinize his methods, make sure he's not going above the law or below the law, whatever. We're like internal affairs, Interpol, whatever that's called. Mistress Moriko, are these your traveling companions? What a strange bunch we look like. Especially Godbert. Gentleman the Highlander, etc., etc. The mysterious muscular vagabond? Why yes, the patrol sighted him lurking near the Dusk Vigil. Thinking he might be a lost traveler, they called out to him, but rather than approach, he fled. Quite frankly, I'm surprised you bothered to come all this way. That sighting barely warranted a mention in my report. Aha! The unmistakable scent of heresy. What part of that was heretical? Terribly sorry. Old habit I picked up from my mentor. I know. I will not rush to judgment as before. Wait a second. His mentor? Didn't we? Okay. I guess maybe I forgot this, but I guess the whole snapping thing must be a Briardian thing. Right. This might have been even before the Scholasticate stuff, I don't know. I think that's Briardian. Still, much as I hope to find your missing inspector, I must confess some small desire that we instead unearth a lingering pocket of heresy. Of late, there has been virtually no confirmed instances of heretical misdeeds. Oh no, how terrible. I guess Komori's sort of in the same position. She's kind of tired of it being too quiet here, looking for trouble. It's gotten so bad that some are speculating our funding may be reduced, or worse, that the Inquisition's operations might come under review. That is why, Halone as my witness, I will find and bring a heretic to justice, and prove that our order still has value in these uncertain times. Yes, I understand you have your reasons, but whether or not this vagabond was a heretic remains to be seen. Still, if you are set upon your course, you might begin your search near the Dusk Vigil. An excellent suggestion, Sir Redwald. Should we succeed in our endeavor, rest assured that you will share in the glory. The hunt continues, onward, to the Dusk Vigil. I am told that the region is especially cold, so do not forget to dress appropriately for the weather. Yeah, appropriately. And we can't get his dialogue, because he's got the quest in front of him. Maybe Komori can use this as a learning experience. She doesn't have to go looking for trouble. Otherwise, she'll probably just end up making trouble, like Seer is. It's actually a pretty good story with Seer. The, criticism? I guess it's not really criticism so much as it is satire of what it is to be a quote-unquote law enforcer. He's different from the regular law enforcement of Ishgard, but I guess that's why he's sort of his own faction. The Inquisition is meant to be not less serious, well, you can take it less seriously because they're just too, at least from Seer's perspective, the way that he represents them, they're too gung-ho about finding heretics and making trouble where there isn't any. There they are. Looking good. He's wearing less than before. I trust you are managing. Good. It would be a shame if we had to turn back now. This land has a beauty all its own, don't you think? A pity my dear wife isn't here to enjoy it. What is that top, by the way? I didn't know they had crop tops like that. Look, it's frozen. Wait, does that mean the fish are frozen too? Yes, Nashu. Don't worry, they'll thaw out in the summer. Fury, take me, it's freezing. Oh, this is a waste of time. No living thing could survive in this godforsaken wasteland. Over there, look. Someone's coming from the vigil. Inspector, is that you? My god, it's not him. It's the other guy. As I live and breathe, of all the places to be reunited with Master Zombibrand's compatriots. How fare you all in this fine evening? Great. The zombie has reappeared before Komori, and now suddenly she's refilled with the desire to learn the forbidden act of necromancy. Look, a heretic raised from the dead by his brother's unholy magics. Haha, he's not a heretic. He's one of the gentle dead men. I don't know, this seems pretty heretical to me, but we're just not going to talk about it, I think. What brings you so far from Ul'dah, good sir? Well, as you know, ours is a rather lonely existence. So when we heard rumors of an abandoned fortress held by zombies, we were delighted, right? Yeah, there were a bunch of zombies over in the Dust Vigil. How appropriate. I was chosen to serve as emissary and set out immediately. Alas, it seems my efforts were for naught. Oh, I forgot to say it. Gentleman the Highlander. I guess we're done with that bit. Oh, truly, every last one dead. That is to say, irrevocably dead. If it was necessary, then so be it. Still, after coming all this way, it is more than a little disappointing, you understand. Yeah, I guess we kind of wiped out the entire Dust Vigil of all its zombie lives, or something. Then, my calculations were wrong. The inspector didn't land in Corthus. Now, do not fret so. If it is our overlord you seek, then you are in luck. As the founder of the Gentle Deadmen, our fates and our ether are inextricably entwined. In fact, I can feel it calling to me now. Truly, good sir, you can guide us to Inspector Hildibrand? As surely as my rotting nose can lead me to fresh brains. Follow me, my friends. One must remain vigilant for heresy, for it can manifest in myriad ways. 'Tis a vile, insidious sickness, which must needs be burned out, ere the infection takes hold. Surely, zombification would qualify, yes? Confound it, they've left us behind. It's pretty fitting, the whole Inquisition thing. It's both a satire of law enforcement and also, I guess, deep-seated religious doctrine and stuff. It's nighttime and the weather's terrible, but I guess we can't exactly just wait for daytime and the weather to turn not overcast. So I guess we're doing this cutscene during these conditions. Who do they think they are, commandeering this investigation, and employing a zombie as a bloodhound? It beggars belief. We must regain control of this situation. With me, Komoi. Of course, Seer would have been introduced during patch 3.2, I think. Before the whole Dragon Song War stuff was concluded in 3.3. So it still would have been like a point of contention, all of the heresy and the people losing faith in the church and all that stuff. Sicknesses want to fester and spread, yes? Is it truly safe to consort with this man? Simply basking in this magnificent scenery fills me with inspiration. Inspector! Inspector! Hold a moment, my friends. I must needs concentrate. Master Zombiebrand is indeed nearby, but there is also something else. Mayhap a powerful magic confounding my senses. I can guide you no further. We must needs split up and search the area. Now see here. These wastes are infested with wild beasts, and you would have us split up. Komoi can handle herself, true, and you've clearly no reason to fear death. But what of Mistress Nashu? Ah, I take your meaning. My good zombie, Komoi. Praise thee to the lady's protection. Inquisitor Seer, would you care to take the lead? Come now, you two. The inspector is out there somewhere. Can we find Seer and Godbert just out in the world? Get some flavor text? I guess we won't search that hard for them. They kind of walked in this general direction, but I don't immediately see them, so I guess we're not going to worry about it. We never go there, like for any... No blue quests take us there, no side quests that I know of. I mean, there's like a side quest there, but no other side quests take you in this direction. And of course, not the main story either. This is like the closest we get to it with things that most players are probably going to do. And this one corner of the map, this little boathouse, I guess, which I don't actually know if it's still being operated in. Is it abandoned? I mean, I guess they're using it if the lights are on. This guy's using it. But yeah. This little place, it just remains kind of a vague mystery in my head, and probably most players. Well, most players don't even think about it, I guess. I guess I could just go over here and do the side quest and figure out what's going on here. At Oakham Landing. But who cares? Oh, those sculpted legs clad in gentlemanly trousers. I know them. Oh. Yeah, they're just right there. Look, Komoi, that's got to be the inspector. And he's surrounded by giant fluffy man-shaped gazebos. Okay, that's what she thinks they are. What are these actually called? Trolls? Ogres? Their actual names, like in-game. Not Yetis, right? Hey, my dead lady. No. She's not my dead lady. This is the gentle dead man speaking, and somehow I transposed over the dead part. Nay, my lady, they are not mere gazebos. Note their regal bearing. They are gentlemen gazebos. Okay. Fearsome yet fastidious foes, who would surely tear me rotting limb from rotting limb. Is there some kind of lost in translation joke here? I don't know what they're actually called, so I can't say for sure. Only Komor can save Master Zombibrand now. Okay, we are doing some fighting, but not any actual fighting. So what are these guys actually called? They're called Yetis. They are called Yetis. One down. Two down. What do you guys think? Before we continue the quest. Huzzah! My heart fair stirred with new life, to see you charge into battle for the sake of our beloved overlord. Kor, you sure gave them gazebos, what for? Probably some kind of translation thing. I don't see how Yeti becomes gazebo. You alright? He's fine. Inspector, can you hear me? We've been looking all over for you. Oh, but this just won't do. We've got to get you out of there before you catch cold. You got this, guys. You're doing great. Up and at them. Everyone is waiting for you. Forgive me. If I pull any harder, my arms are like to tear. Ah, there you are. We heard shouting. Have you perchance found something? Fairy, take me. Is that my heretic? Confound it, I wanted him alive. Inspector Hildibrand is definitely not a heretic. And he's probably not dead either. He's just hibernating. Like last time. Hildy ever was a late riser. Fear not. My wife and I had our ways of making him, or waking him. He doesn't know yet, but he's gonna learn. Hildibrand Heliodor Maximilian Manderville, wake up right this instant. You did it. Godbrook can do this now because they unlocked flying in Heavensward. Well, I think he's awake down there, even if he's buried further. Was it the Manderville meteor strike or the Manderville meteor drive? Ah, maybe Julian was right. Trying to name everything only leads to needless confusion. One more time, then. Out you go. Splendidly suplex, Lord Godbert. Where am I? The snowy wastelands of Cortus. And who are these people I see before me? Ah, but of course. Who else would venture into inhospitable climes and wake me from slumber? Sweet, but my beloved fans. Why do I feel as though I've stepped through a portal into an alternate reality, unbound by the laws of logic? You're one of us now. What is that? A mammoth? Where did it come from? Oh, that? When my father drove me into the earth, I found it buried beneath the snow. A little Lalafellan girl. How adorable. Noshu, please. Note the firm, muscular legs, not unlike my own. 'Tis clearly a Lalafellan boy. Now that you mention it, I suppose his features are rather masculine. You two cannot be serious, or cannot possibly be serious. I am the very soul of seriousness, good sir, especially in matters of deduction. This is undoubtedly a young boy who, much like myself, fell into a deep slumber upon being buried beneath the snow. Now then, let us gently wake him and ascertain his identity. No suplexing this time. Okay, well, that's fine. There, that ought to do it. GG. What is this place? Who am I? He's in love. Adopted right on the spot. I remember nothing. Inspector Hildibrand's back, and he brought a friend. Surely there's a perfectly logical explanation for all of this. Master Zombiebrand is alive and full of beans. It's a miracle. 'Tis not in all creation that cannot be repaired with a little tender love and care. Don't try that on us. It would seem that although Father's ungentle ministration served to restore this young boy to life, they also robbed him of his memory. How did I get here? Who am I? Why can I not remember? Do not worry, young man. Everything will be all right. Take it from me. I have lost my memory more times than I can even remember. Then can you help me to remember? Hearken to me now, for I, Hildibrand, Agent of Inquiry, Inspector Extraordinaire, do hereby swear to solve the mystery of the amnesiac Hobbledehoy. Hobbledehoy. Whatever that is. Wonderful, wonderful. I'll get started on a batch of Noshu's delights. Effective as your explosives were in the past, I suspect that young Gigi lacks the hardy constitution required to survive such an approach. Yeah, he's just a boy. Or, according to Noshu, she's just a girl. But really, I guess Gigi isn't any of those things there. They're just a mammoth. Gigi, is that my name? When you woke, you were muttering GGGG. I suspect the phrase may hold some significance to you. So until such time as we learn your real name, I say, why not adopt it as a playful moniker? But that's just the sound all mammoths make. What kind of imbecile goes and names a mammoth Gigi anyway? Gigi, I like this name. Thank you, kind sir. But how will this new name help me to remember who I am? Patience, Gigi. This is only the beginning. Next we will return to the city, and see if we cannot find any who know who you are. Come along. Now that I know our overlord is safe and sound, I too must take my leave of you, and return to my brothers. I dare say rigor mortis will set in if I remain here any longer. Bound for Thanalan, then allow me to accompany you. Julian will give me no end of trouble if I keep her waiting much longer, though perhaps she will forgive me once I tell her of Hildy's return. This is rather a lot to digest. Though you have the look of one accustomed to such happenings, yeah, we're already one of them, and pretty soon you will be too. In any case, regardless of Mistress Nashu's protestations, the Inspector will not be granted access to the capital until we can confirm that he is not a heretic. You have my word that he will be treated fairly. By you, I'm so sure. It can't be a mystery without a mysterious silhouette lurking in the distance. There should be 4 episodes to this, and we're at the second quest of the first episode, basically. Seems like we're going to complete the quest right here. I guess I can talk about this after we're done talking to Seer. Fury take me, that man. Ah, Komoy. I suppose you have heard the news then, that Inspector Hildibrand was cleared of all suspicion, and judged to be no more than an eccentric curiosity. If you are looking for him, good luck. I want to thank him for his cooperation, but as soon as the Temple Knights released him, he and his assistant ran off to God's nowhere, with Aunt Mammoth in tow. As for my investigation, in spite of all the twists and turns, I managed to salvage a satisfactory result. As far as the Inquisition is concerned, the suspicious vagabond was not more than a zombie which wandered away from the dust vigil. Sickness which has since been purged. Yeah, he just left. That's sickness being purged. So it would seem that all is right with the world once more. For now, I have no doubt that the Inspector will turn up again like a bad kill. And when he does, trouble is sure to follow. And that's the end of the first episode. Well, almost. Every episode has to have a little bit of this at the end. Hildibrand Manderville, Nashu Makaraka. Seer, I don't know his last name, Godbert Manderville, and Gigi, with Edmonte Fortance, and that guy, and this one, I think it said The Watcher. Pretty fun outro. Is there a preview for next time? No, not this time. Okay, so, we could launch straight into the next one, there's still 20 minutes left in the episode. And in A Realm Reborn, I basically did that. When there was time left in the episode, I just launched into the next one, and then, even if we didn't complete the entire episode within the episode, well, the terminology here, the entire Hildibrand episode within my 1 hour episode, I would just cut it in half and then do the rest of the Hildibrand episode in my next episode. What I want to do now is divide these a little bit more neatly up, so we just have 1 Hildibrand episode per my episode. Even if the Hildibrand episode is usually only like 40 minutes or something like that. And mine are 60 minutes. Which means we're just gonna spend 20 minutes doing something else. I'm doing this just so that we don't cut in the middle like I used to and have it weirdly cut off in the story. Let's do side quests. We're gonna do random side quests around this area. Just make sure that there are no more side quests remaining over in Ishgard. I guess we can start with Hermes. There's actually not too much, on the upper level, we can't see it from here, but the only quests here were either the quest to actually take on the new jobs, Astrologian and Dark Knight. And the one over here from, what was her name, Elaine? Mistress Elise. Probably not enough to fill in the rest of the episode, but I guess there are side quests elsewhere in the world that we can do. And they could always be a quest chain, who knows. Well, aren't you a sight to behold? Rose to your cheeks and a glimmer of optimism besides. Seems everywhere else I turn, people are sullen and dreary-eyed, trotting about as if the world's gonna end. Times are tough, to be sure, but they're being a bit dramatic if you ask me. Yeah, so this one is probably from actually, I didn't see what level the quest was, but I assume this quest would have been when you first arrived in Ishgard, like, with the expansion, and the story at that point was everyone still being pretty grim about the war and everything, so it's a little bit anachronistic, but I guess at any point in time people can still be dreary-eyed, trudging about as if the world's gonna end, so it doesn't really matter too much, the timing of this. What they need is some cheer, something to warm their hearts and bodies, in spite of this blistering cold. I think I got a recipe that'll cure what ails them, if you're willing to help. If you see people sulking or surly, or spoiling for a bout of fisticuffs, show them a bowl of this here soup, and send them this way. As I always say, the surest way to the heart is through the stomach. If you find anyone down in the dumps, one whiff of this will have them heading here in no time. Alright, passing out soup. In times of darkness, when all hope has left the land, leaving its inhabitants mere husks of what they once were, what better than a hot bowl of soup to fill the void in their hearts? First the cold, biting winds of Cortes drove me here from my home, and now the war has taken my dear husband. Yeah, this would have been way back when. I don't think I can go on alone. Is that a bowl of soup? A warm meal should surely calm my nerves. I think I'll have some. We cannot expect to maintain public order if no one abides by the law. More stellar law enforcement. All I'm saying is the rules are too damn strict. Quit blathering about the obvious and listen with those gargantuan L's and ears. Or is your head too bloody thick to understand? Okay, this guy's a little bit too aggro too. What did you say? How about what's that smell? We've been arguing for so long I'd forgotten how famished I am. You say there's soup by the holy stables. I suppose I could do with a warm meal about now, but thanks for bringing word of this generous offering. If only soup could heal all woes like this. I guess it helps. I should have some soup. Where can I get some soup at this hour? Of course, we gotta go over into the, what is it called? Not the foundation, the firmament. Later on, when we want to finish up the relic tool questline and all that. It's so cold, and I'm so hungry. I wish me mum was here. That looks awful tasty, miss, but I don't got any money. You say it's free? Oh boy, hope there's some left for me. Oh, over in the pillars? Only a few more things left on my list for the Heavensward roundup. What we're doing right now, well, in these episodes, not explicitly right now. What we're doing right now, the Hildibrand questline, which should last 4 episodes. On top of all of my my crafting / gathering quests up to level 60, of which I've done none of them, so 4 of those things. I think we should be able to do them quickly because it's only like 10 levels rather than 50 levels like they were in Heavensward. It should only be 1 quest per 2 levels or something. Plus we're also way leveled on those, so we don't have to do any grinding to unlock the next quest or whatever. And then finally, the relic tools over in the foundation, or the firmament. And then we can move on, pretty much. Watch out, guys. You're in a gazebo. It's apparently dangerous. Sometimes I wonder why bother with you. All this whinging will solve nothing. Do you not grow tired of this war? The end this bloodshed? How long must we suffer, offering up our lives to a cause that has all but forgotten its purpose? I think you guys have forgotten what time you're living in. The war is over. Watch your tongue. Our purpose is to protect the people of Ishgard, and see that the Horde is wiped clean from the realm. Forgive me, I'm merely tired is all. Yeah, you're so tired you forgot what era you're living in. It's an era of peace and soup. Have some soup and remember. Soup, eh? A nice warm meal is certainly one way to lift my spirits. You say it's near the holy stables? Well, that settles it. Let's go and have ourselves something to eat. I kind of expected to find Hildibrand and Nashu and Gigi around here, but I guess they're wandering around like Seer said. Sure is lively over here. Welcome back. You did well rounding up all these folk. Been a while since I've seen anyone this cheerful. Don't matter how angry you are or if you think the world's against you, sometimes you just gotta let it go. I find a little soup helps bring folk together and move things along. The power of soup. How about you, friend? You look like you've had a few rough days yourself. Why not set a spell and help yourself to a cup? Yeah, Komoi's been looking for trouble so long she's forgotten how to take it easy. And that's just what we're gonna do with the Hildibrand questline. Give us the Boya Bossy, the Boya base. I can't pronounce that. So much is lost in war, but crying and complaining won't bring naught back. It's best we count our blessings for what we have, don't you think? And what we have is Boya base. Oh wait, I guess we already had some, so went into here. Well, we also got this Dalmo Fricasse, so we'll have that. A random invite? I don't think so. The Jade Rose Garden Party, or no wait. Jade Rose is the master and Garden Party is the guild. Alright, let's do that other quest. At the time of recording, they just had the first news about 7.4. Not really sure where the story's going to go on from here, but with the little snippets of what they showed in the live letter, it's not like we can tell where it's going. We literally know where it's going, we just don't know what that location has to do with anything, or even where that location is. And that's neither here nor there. Komori is nowhere near Dawntrail. The trap is set. All I can do now is wait. Ah, are you not the new ward of House Watomps? Yes, new, relatively speaking. It's only been like a year or something since the start of Heavensward. Probably not that long, so relatively new. The city is practically buzzing with talk of you. I don't suppose you could spare a moment. That thief has been pilfering the profits of merchants here at the Jeweled Crozier, and I mean to flush him out. I've placed 3 sacks of counterfeit coins about the lane as bait. Could you check to see if any are missing? If the thief has taken any of the sacks, my trap will have been sprung. Please go see if they are still there. Keeping the peace, patrolling the streets. I mean, is it really stealing if you just left them out in the open? The sack of counterfeit coins is still in place. You just kind of left them on the street in alleyways. That's not stealing. The sack of counterfeit coins has been taken. How did we know one was here in the first place? I guess she told us. We're just meant to assume that she told us or something. Where is that last one? She really went out of her way for this. There it is. The sack of counterfeit coins is still in place. It looks as though they've taken the bait. Excellent. What they've likely failed to note, however, is a hole in the bottom of the sack. Not a gaping hole, mind you, just large enough for a coin or two to trickle out as they flee to their hiding place. Let us follow the trail and see who's behind all this. The hole in the sack is fairly small, so I doubt they notice the occasional coin falling to the ground. Follow the trail. They cannot hide now. This isn't a really well thought out plan. Someone else could have just stolen this rather than the thief. You find a poorly crafted counterfeit coin. It's huge. No wonder it's poorly crafted. It's the wrong size. That's not fitting in like anyone's wallet or anything like that. I guess maybe if you're like a taller race, it seems small. If you're like tall or something, like a lace. No, even if you're a lace's size, it's too huge. I guess they're novelty coins. Poorly crafted counterfeit coin. Which way? A bit of treasure hunting here. There we are. Side quests can be fun like this. I like the last one, and this one's just kind of interesting. You find a poorly crafted counterfeit coin. I guess it's going to be the same thing no matter what. We probably don't have to find each of these. We probably just have to find the robber themselves. And the coins are just marking the way. Just to see if there's any difference. No. It's you. It was you all along. What? You're not getting paid enough as the Lord of House Four Tops? Selecting a leader to succeed Horschiefant at Camp Dragonhead was no easy task. And yet when Emmanueline sought me out and vowed to serve truly as a Knight of Four Tops, I knew I had found my garrison commander. Okay, it's not him. He's got bigger things to worry about. It's a rather huge search area. I guess they really want you to follow the trail. Well, not down there, I don't think. Oh wait, here we are. What? What are you giving me that look for? Is it a crime to stand around minding my own business? Leave me alone. The bottomless purse. How fun. It technically is bottomless due to the hole in the bottom. I guess with how many huge coins were dropping out of that tiny purse, it must be actually bottomless too. There's no way they fit inside this tiny little thing without it being magically bottomless. Bottomless only in the sense that it has a hole in the bottom. Yeah, we get the joke. So, what did you find at the end of the trail? Just a girl. A young girl, you say? No doubt she's a thief from the broom I've heard so much about. I can't imagine the pain she must feel, alone in the world at a time such as this. My heart goes out to her, it truly does. But stealing is simply inexcusable. This man is as full of holes as her purse is. This doesn't really prove anything. If she's as clever as people claim her to be, she will know not to try something so foolish again. And we've unlocked a triple triad, I guess. Might as well close out like this. You wish to play a game of triple triad? Normally I only deal in matters of coin, but very well. I think this deck. Chaos and plus. Okay, she doesn't seem that tough. Although with the chaos on. Great. That's what I get for underestimating her. Damn. 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 Okay. This time for real. Here's just a bad RNG chaos. I did that on purpose, just to leave you full of openings. Damn, can't do anything with that chaos. Okay, fine. Damn. This is no good. I can't believe this. Okay, this is actually a bit tougher than I thought. One more try. We don't have to get all the cards, but I'm not leaving on a loss. I might be leaving on a loss. He's actually got a lot of high-level cards, I'm realizing. Damn. One more. One more where we actually win. Okay, this is not terrible. Yeah, the leaves are open, but we can't do anything about it. Great. Okay, that's good. Yeah, perfect. Oh, I didn't even notice it was a plus. Great. Great even. Okay, finally, we got lucky. We weren't lucky enough for a card, but we won the match. You would make an excellent businesswoman with such skill. Have you considered taking up a trade here at the Jeweled Crozier? Not on your life. We're no merchant. I guess we'll end the episode over in the scary gazebo. We'll probably make that our base of operations for the Hildibrand stuff. And in the next episode we can pay a visit to Seer and see what kind of trouble Nashu and Hildibrand have been up to, with Gigi in tow. I actually really like this questline with Hildibrand and Seer and this whole Ishgardian thing. It's pretty funny and well, there's usually a lot of heart put into the Hildibrand stuff. Like more heart than you would expect. It's not always just comedy, but it's mostly comedy and that's what we're here for. Alright, Gilmore's just gonna sit here and wait. Wait until she inevitably hears news about the antics Noshu and Hildibrand get up to. Now would be a good time to take a break.